Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I did a video yesterday where I showed you how to use the effects loop on the back of the Boss Katana, and I had a comment in where someone was commenting on how they use a loop pedal with the Boss Katana. So what I thought I'd do today is to set up a loop pedal and to show you the best way of setting it up. Now you know the drill, don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the little bell icon and you'll be notified of any future videos that come out from the Studio Rats. And thank you to everyone that's bought me a coffee. I really do appreciate it, and if you want to buy me a coffee you can do in the link below. Right, let's get to it. So I've got this TC Electronic Alter Ego which acts as a looper pedal as well, so you've got this mode that you can switch into either delay mode or to loop mode. But what we're going to do is to set up this pedal in exactly the same way as we set up the reverb pedal yesterday. We're going to take the send out of the back of the Boss Katana and we're going to plug that into the input of the looper pedal, and then we're going to take the output of the looper pedal and we're going to plug that into the return in the Boss Katana. Now, like yesterday, we've got these different options. We've got post amp and series. I tend to like to use series as that is coming straight out of the tone stack, going through the effects to a certain point and then going into the looper pedal, coming back out of the looper pedal and then going to the speaker or going to the line outputs, which is what I'm monitoring through here. Before we start to look at how to set up the controls, let's have a look what happens if I plug that looper pedal into the front of the amp. So that's the input of the amp. And I'm going to be using the same loop as what I recorded right at the front of this video. Now, if I push play on my loop pedal, have a listen to see what happens. So what's happening here is instead of being a clean signal, this is now going into the front of the amp. So we're going into the front of the amp, going through the gain, going through all of the preamp effects, and then going through the effects. Now we don't want that with a loop pedal because we want it as clean as possible. So let's plug that back in. And now let's push play again. Now the great thing about the Boss Katana's effects loop is that you can record into the looper pedal with all the effects from the Boss Katana and then play them back through the looper pedal. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first of all, let's have a quick look at the position here. So we've got post amp and post reverb. Now post amp means it's positioned straight after the amplifier equalizer. Then it's going to go into the delays here and through the reverb. Now let's go back to send and return. Now if we choose post reverb, that's going to be after any effects. So that means that we can record any of the effects from the Boss Katana into the looper pedal. Now let me show you what I mean. What I'm going to do first of all is to clear that setting by holding down the undo button. So now my looper pedal is completely clear. Right, let's play the sound. Okay, if I go to my reverb and turn off my reverb, and let's turn off the delay as well. So now we've got a completely clean guitar signal. Right, if I push record, you can hear that it's without any delay and reverb. Let's go back to my send and return. And what I'm going to do is to push post amp and I'm going to turn back on my reverb and push play. So what I'm going to do here is just to increase the reverb, just so when I push play on the looper pedal, it's really going to be obvious. Let's push play. Right, now let's go back to our send and return and let's change the position. Now I recommend you choose post reverb. As I said earlier, you can add the effects into the recording. What I'm going to do now is to clear that. And let's make my delay even more obvious by turning that on and turning up my effect. And now let's record something with all the effects from the Boss Katana going into the looper pedal. Okay, let's push stop on the looper pedal. Now what we can do is to now stack the effects from the Boss Katana on top of that. So inside of my effect slot here, I've got a Univibe. And let's turn back the effect level on the delay, and let's do the same with the reverb, just a little bit. And let's turn on the booster. Let's give it a bit more drive. And let's push play. And then we can record that inside the loop pedal. Now what we can also do is to mix using the send and return. So let's clear that again. And let's go back to my clean setting. Let's turn that off and let's turn the Univibe off. So if I want my, say, my rhythm part in the background, I could bring back the send level and record. And then what I can do is to increase the send level if I want a lead sound. And you can also record that as well. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified of all future videos that come out from the Studio Rats, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.